All right, let's enter in another tone lesson. This one's about reverb. So reverb is that sound of being in a hall or a cave or a barn. It is literally the reverberation of sound. Now, we're in a room that has, some natural reverb, but that sound is still pretty dry. Now, I get my reverb from a reverb pedal. You turn it on, you hear that decay? That's what that's called, the reverb decay. If I turn it up even more, it becomes very obvious, right? It really sounds like you're in a hall, an auditorium, or a cave. In some pedals, you can even have those, settings listed on there, like cavern, hall, and they're great. And when you play, you get a lot of room to play around with, right? It's called saturation, right? It's wet, like it's got... You hear all that? It gives you so much more freedom because the notes keep lingering. They reverberate. There's that decay where it just keeps going through. Where, for example, if it's totally clean and I try to hit some of those same licks, right? There's nothing there. It's not forgiving. There's zero forgiveness. No decay. Completely dry, right? Not saturated at all. So when you're practicing, and you're practicing your scales, your technique, your basic chords, when you're actually practicing, right? You want to do it without reverb. Or if you have some, maybe the tiniest little bit. Because reverb will hide your flubs. It'll mask your mistakes because it's very forgiving, it's soft, it's saturated. So you can go real fast, with reverb, and you're not going to hear too many mistakes, but if you do it clean, you really can't hide anywhere, right? You really got to be on your game. But when you're playing live, and you kick in some gain with it, right? And you're just feeling it. There's nothing like a ridiculous amount of reverb. Just think like David Gilmour, for Pink Floyd. All those, where it's just singing through there. Awesome. It's awesome. So if you have a reverb pedal or reverb built into your amp, I'd love to see you post a video where all you're doing is listening to the reverb and messing around with it. Now I know we've just gone through chords so far, but a lot of you watching this, can already play a little lead or whatever. But even if you're messing with chords, reverb is a ridiculously amount of fun. But again, don't always play with a lot of reverb because it's going to mask your mistakes. When you're practicing, really practicing, do it clean because you want to hear the mistakes, especially when you're recording yourself. You don't want all the mud and stuff to be hiding. But when you're on stage and you're really trying to sell that emotional feel and you want that little forgiveness so you can take some chances, dude, soak it in the reverb. So I'm excited to see your video.